Next, I will introduce our first evaluator, Mr. Bobby Durrett. Welcome, Bobby.
Well, I am introducing and eventually evaluating Robin Bransfield, and this is her 8th speech overall, but she's working on project number 6, which is called Vocal Variety. And just to sort of tell you what that project is about, it's about adding some variety in the way you use your voice in your speech. So that can be being louder sometimes and quieter. It could be going faster or slower, pitch, things like that. So, and her speech is titled New York Sightseeing Tour in 5 minutes. So here is Robin Bransfield.
Thank you, Bobby. Okay, today I'm going to go over my 9.5-hour sightseeing tour in 1 day and break it down to you in the next 5 to 7 minutes. You have a PowerPoint in front of you. We'll kind of go over some of the sightseeing tours that I did that day. We all met at St. Patrick's Cathedral. There was about 30 of us. We loaded on the bus. He took a head count to make sure that we were, as we were going from stop to stop, he took a head count so that by the time we got back to the bus, we made sure that we had everybody accounted for. So again, our first stop was at St. Patrick's Cathedral. We got on the bus, sat down. Just when you think, you don't know what the tour's like, you're thinking, okay, you're just going to drive around, whatever. Nope. This trip is off the bus, on the bus, off the bus, on the bus. So needless to say, our legs were tired by the end of the trip. Our first stop was Grand Central Station. Beautiful. Not realizing, they go through the tour and they give you a little bit of history of the certain spots that you go to. This one, the history about this one, was the fact that Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis actually wanted to preserve a lot of history that we go to. And this is one of the places that she wanted to preserve. There's also one of those signs, those electrical signs that you see that flashes different pictures, and it talks about that as well. When we get there, it was great. They had a flag up in there. It was awesome. And then he's like, okay, let's go downstairs. So we go downstairs. And he was going to show us something. So, of course, my husband and I were the guinea pigs. So we go, and you're in a hallway. Like, it's about this big. I'm in this corner, and my husband's in the opposite corner. Well, so I'm over here like this, and my husband's trying to talk to me. Well, while he's in the corner, I can hear him, and he's all, raise your right hand. So I'm in the corner, and I'm doing this. And then he's all, raise your left hand. So I raise my left hand. And then I raise both hands. It was creepy, because you're in the corner, and you're hearing him on the opposite side of the corner. So that was an interesting fact about one of the rooms there in Grand Central Station. So we get back on the bus. Our next stop takes us to the Empire State Building. You were all here last week. I'm scared to death of heights. So we go up 86 flights in the escalator, or elevator. So I'm nervous as I get up there. I go up there, not so bad because there's bars. So it wasn't so bad. It was great because of the fact that on the walls, you'll see north, south, east, west. So we walk around, tons of people. We walk around, and it's cool because they actually have those, not microphone, but the things that you look through to see across the way. And it was trippy because I heard somebody say, oh, there's a Statue of Liberty. And I'm like, where? So here I am, looking up, I can't see. It's hard when you take your glasses off. Now I can see with one eye. It was awesome to see the Statue of Liberty from the Empire State Building. Get down to the lobby, lo and behold, I got so excited because I love star sightings. There's Maya Rudolph and Patrick Stewart doing their thing for the Emoji Movie. Yes, Patrick Stewart plays Poop. Don't know who she played, but he played Poop. So after the Empire State Building, go to our next stop. At this point, it's lunchtime. So we end up in Little Italy. Very different than what I was expecting. The picture that you see there on the left is where we ate at Pisano's. Great Italian food. As you look down the street, it's very Italian. It also almost looks Christmassy because of the fact that you're seeing red, yellow, and green for their colors of their flag. So as I'm walking down the street, you're just like, ooh, oh, wow, oh, I didn't know that. So you're learning a lot of history. You go around the corner and the next block over is Chinatown. Yeah, Chinatown. So that was our quick hour lunch. So what do we do next? Our next stop was Wall Street. That was awesome. Unfortunately, everything out there that you see is under construction. So you're really like walking underneath scaffolding. So it's really hard to see the buildings of what's there. One of them, as you can see off to the right in the picture, is there's a scaffolding, of course. It does say Wall Street. But it was cool because one of the buildings that you see, and it's actually the one in the bottom, is where when George Washington became president, it was one of like the first White Houses. So that was that one. Well, everybody wanted to see the bull. So we get on the bus again, go down another block, go see the bull. We're grabbing balls. Sorry, that's what everybody was doing with the bull. It was pretty weird. Then we left there, and our next trip was the Statue of Liberty. This time we, again, back on the bus, get off the bus, to get on the boat, to go to the Statue of Liberty. Amazing trip at that. Beautiful. After we get off the Statue of Liberty, our last one was the 9/11 Memorial. Very somber, very beautiful. You have the two locations. In the middle there, you have what you can see, the survivor's tree. There's a couple pictures there that you see. It was really heartbreaking to see the flag, the flower. You just walk by and it just feels you. It's just so somber, and you go through that and you visit that. It's just, people are quiet. You don't really hear a lot, but just to hear the water flow through the whole thing was just great. And that was our last stop. Thank you.